BookTube, it's Janet, and today I've got my really exciting TBR announcement for the Book Buddyathon that ELENA from ELENA Reads Books and myself are hosting throughout April. This is our Book Buddyathon bingo card, and it's taking place throughout the whole of April, and the whole point of it is to celebrate the friendship of BookTube and to get to know each other a bit more and encourage each other to chat with each other and buddy read books. So the first challenge on the bingo board is from 90210, because all our themes on the board and all our squares on the board are inspired by TV shows that celebrate friendship. So the first one is 90210, and that is to read a book with a number in the title. So I've had a little look through my shelves, and the first one I've got is 1000 Perfect Notes, and this is by C.G. Drews. Crushed by her violence and forced to play the piano until his hands bleed, Beck is broken until August comes along. August, with her bare feet and doodle hands, August fiercely protective of those in need. Can she help Beck unlock his own music and say all the things she's never said? I think this is more for me a might be read than a to be read, because I've picked a few for each category, because who knows what the mood is going to take me. Because I'm very much a mood reader, and if I've set myself a target to, yes, I'm definitely going to read that one, the chances are that I might not be in the mood for it, so I've narrowed it down to a few for each category. The next one I've got is One of Us is Lying, and this is by Karen M. McManus. And I think this is the first in a duology. 5 students walk into detention, only 4 leave. The next one I've got is 3 Dark Crowns by Kenda Blake, and this is the first one in a series. And then the last one I've got for this category, which is the one that's drawing me in most at the moment, is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I discovered this author last year via the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, really enjoyed it. So far this is the one that's ahead of the pack for those books, but I've got options if I change my mind. The next category on the board is Dawsons Creek, and that is to read a book over 400 pages. And if you've seen me on my channel before, you know I've just got this ridiculous fear of big books, but I've narrowed it down to 2 from my shelves. And the first one I've got is Winter by Marissa Meyer, and this is from the Lunar Chronicles. It's the last book in the series. I absolutely love this series. It's just the size of this book that means I've not finished it off. But at the moment I'm feeling quite drawn to it, despite the fact that it is 823 pages long. So if I'm feeling really brave, this might be the one I go for. I've also got Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and this is the spin-off of Fangirl, and this comes in at 517 pages. What I could also do for this one is use it for one of the other categories, because it's got orange on the cover, and that would cover the square that's got the OC, read a book with orange on the cover. So if I'm feeling really wild and adventurous, I could do Winter and Carry On in the same month, who knows. The next square is from New Girl, and that is Read a New to You author, and I've got loads of those on my shelves, but I've just picked 3 off that are appealing to me at the moment. And the first one is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I know so many people have absolutely adored this book, and I've got all 3 books in the series on my shelves. I've just not picked them up yet, so I may go for that one. I've also got The Familiars by Stacey Hall. This is a beautiful hardback. I'll just show you the end papers in this book. How beautiful is that? It appeals to me because it's actually set in Lancashire, and it's a fantasy, and it's to have a child. She will trust a stranger to protect a secret. She must risk her life. And then the other one I've got is just a quick one, a short novella, and this is Binti by Nadi Okorafor. Just in case I'm struggling to fit all the reads in for April, because I am quite a slow reader. So just in case, I've just got this little one here that I might just squeeze in there. At the moment, this is the one that I'm drawn to the most. The next square along, we've got Pretty Little Liars, and that represents a thriller or a book with dark themes, and I've just picked 3 books off my shelves that I think I might quite be interested in reading for that. The first one is Dark Remains by Helen Fields, and this is on a remote Highland mountain, a body burns. All that's left behind are the victim's teeth and a fragment of silk. Meanwhile, in the hidden room of a house in Edinburgh, a second woman screams into the darkness. So that just sounds nice and grisly, just the kind of thing I like. Set in Scotland. Then I've got The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. A passenger is missing, but was she on board at all? And then I've got Snap by Belinda Bauer, and this I think was longlisted for the Booker Prize. And snap decisions can be dangerous. It's nearly an hour since the car had coughed and spluttered and jerked and rolled to a crunchy halt on the hard shoulder of the southbound M5 motorway. That made it over half an hour since their mother had left them there to walk to an emergency phone. Stay in the car, I won't be long. I have to say, I think out of the three, the one that's drawing me in most is Perfect Remains, but it could all change. The next section is for Gilmore Girls, and this is to choose a book off Rory Gilmore's reading list. There's hundreds of books on there, a lot of classics, but I've narrowed it down to two that are taking my fancy at the moment, and the first one is Valley of the Dolls by Jacqueline Susan, which is a beautiful naked hardback cover. And A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This could also do for a reader book with orange on the cover, so I'm keeping these two out at the moment just to see where my mood takes me. But there's loads of books on there, like 1984, Diary of Anne Frank, some David Sedaris books on there, loads of things. Next category is Friends, and that is to buddy read a book with your buddy. Eleanor and I will be buddying up for this, and we are going to read the new Angie Thomas book, On the Come Up. The next section is for The Big Bang Theory, and this is a book that your buddy picks for you that they think you will love. And Eleanor has picked for me Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. I've had this on my shelf for a while. I've read, I think, 3 of Sarah Waters' other books. Absolutely love them. I think the only reason I've not done this one so far is because it's quite a big book. And then for the Sex in the City category, we've sent each other a screenshot of 4 books that we'd like them to choose from, and from those she picked the manga Princess Jellyfish, which she thinks I will like best out of those 4. The next section is Girls, and that's to pick a graphic novel or manga, and I've just gone for one for this one because I'm really keen to read it, and this is Sheets by Brenna Thumler, and I'm just fascinated by it, and this was one of the 4 that I gave Eleanor to choose for me, so I thought, well, I'll just choose that for myself because I just really want to see what this one's about. I'm just intrigued by the cover. Our next category is the OC, and that is to pick books with orange on the cover. I've already got a few options that I've just shown you, but the 2 that I'm drawn to most for this category are All Among the Barley by Melissa Harrison and I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman. Not too sure which one I'm drawn to most for these 2. Possibly the YA, because that I think might be a quicker read, although that's not the biggest read. So I'm going to put them both to one side and just see which one takes my fancy at the time when I'm getting to the orange book. The next section is Will and Grace, and that is to read a book with an LGBTQIA+ theme, and I've just gone for this one, and this is Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. I absolutely hate that cover. I hate books with covers from the films, but I did get this in a blind date with a book from Waterstones. So this is the one I'm going to pick for that one. And then the final category is pick a comfort read. And for me, I'm just going to keep that as a completely open category. A comfort read for me will be whatever I really want to read at that particular time. There's a lot of books to read. I don't know if I'll be able to achieve all of the squares, but I'm going to give it a good go because I am quite a slow reader. But I'm just going to, I think it's just what I need at the moment because I have been a bit slumpy lately. So I think a challenge like this and of all of us reading together will be great. It will really spur me on to get back into reading. So that's my MBR for our book Buddyathon, and let me know what you're reading, what you and your buddy are going to do, and we'll chat in the comments down below, and I'll see you all soon, BookTube. Keep reading. Bye!